CCN Midday News. I am your host, Captivating Christian, and here are some of your top stories for today, May 15th. Richard Burr to step down as intelligence chairman. As Trump urges reopening, thousands are getting sick on the job. Maryland's governor eases restrictions caused by the virus. Kidney injuries seen in more than a third of hospitalized COVID-19 patients. And tributes pour in for a British rail worker who died after being spat on by a man who said he had the coronavirus. A black professor with New York plates in Vermont was told to leave. State police are investigating. I should have stopped them. A card left at Arbery's memorial. And a brutal attack. Several of Philadelphia City Council members issue apologies on the 35th anniversary of Move, bombing that killed 11 people. Let's get to the news. Republican Senator Richard Burr of North Carolina is stepping aside as chairman of the influential Senate Intelligence Committee while he's under investigation for stock trades he made ahead of the market's downturn sparked by the coronavirus pandemic. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell said in a statement Thursday that Burr contacted me this morning to inform me of his decision to step aside as chairman of the Intelligence Committee during a investigation. McConnell said that Burr's resignation as chair will be effective at the end of the day on Friday. Burr's decision to step down as chairman is a stunning development for the North Carolina Republican, who has led the Senate Intelligence Committee through its 3-year investigation into the Russian election interference, that nearly completion, and affirmed the Intelligence Committee's conclusion that Russia was trying to help President Donald Trump's candidacy. Even as President Donald Trump urges getting back to work and reopening the economy, an Associated Press analyst shows thousands of people are getting sick from the COVID-19 on the job. Recent figures show a surge in infection at meatpacking plants and poultry processing plants as well. There have been a spike of new cases among construction workers in Austin, Texas, where that sector recently returned to work. Even the White House has proven vulnerable with positive coronavirus tests for one of Trump's valets and the Vice President Mike Pence's press secretary. The developments underscore the high stakes for communities nationwide as they regard loosening restrictions on businesses. Austin's concern will likely be mirrored in communities nationwide as the reopening of stores and factories create new opportunities for the virus to spread. Maryland residents will no longer be required to stay at home, but will be strongly advised to continue doing so, especially if they are older and more vulnerable to the coronavirus. Governor Larry Hogan said on Wednesday as he announced the first stage of a state recovery plan and a reopening of retail stores with limits. The Republican governor said that the state is gradually moving into a stage 1 of the state's recovery plans at 5 p.m. on Friday, after 14 days of plateauing of key hospital metrics. He also said the decision came after consultation with a state team of public health experts and business leaders. Retail stores may reopen at up to 50% capacity, with curbside pickup and delivery strongly encouraged and all public health precautions in place. Examples of businesses that may reopen include clothing, shoe stores, pet grooming, pet adoptions, and shelters, car washes, art galleries, and bookstores. All manufacturing may resume operations with multiple shifts encouraged. Churches and houses of worship start holding religious services at up to 50% capacity, with outdoor services strongly encouraged. Over a third of patients treated for the COVID-19 in a large New York medical system developed an acute kidney injury, and nearly 15% required dialysis, U.S. researchers reported on Thursday. The study was conducted by a team at the Northwell Health, the largest health provider in the New York State area. They found that the first 5,449 patients admitted, which was about 36%, developed an acute kidney injury. And studies say that the acute injury occurred when the kidney fails and becomes unable to filter out waste. Of those patients with kidney failure, 14.3% required dialysis. The study is the largest to date to look at the kidney injury in the COVID-19 patients. It may be helpful, some experts say. Other hospitals face new waves of patients with the disease caused by the virus that has infected more than 4.3 million people and has killed over 295,000 globally. And this story comes out of London. Belly Majenga, who was working at the London Victoria train station on March 22nd when a man approached her and a colleague and spat and coughed at them. He said that he had the coronavirus. Days after the attack, both women became sick, according to the British media reports. 2 weeks later, Majenga, age 47, died from the coronavirus. She left behind an 11-year-old daughter, Ingrid, who her father says has barely said a word since. Because of the coronavirus restrictions in place in Britain, only 10 people were allowed to attend the funeral. A black man in Vermont with New York license plates said that he was flagged down by 2 vehicles and then told by one of the drivers to leave the state, Vermont police say. The police are investigating the bias-related incident that occurred on Friday in Hartford, a small town on the New Hampshire border, just 10 minutes from Dartmouth College. The agency said to the press release on Wednesday. Authorities said that the man, a professor who owns property in the state and who was not identified by name, was driving with his 11-year-old son around 10 a.m. on Friday when 2 unknown vehicles, possibly pickup trucks, approached him and flagged him down. Thinking someone needed assistance, the man stopped and spoke to one of the drivers, who was a white male. A Jacksonville, Florida-based reporter discovered a card left at the memorial site of Aman Avery on Wednesday, which said, in part, "I should have stopped them." Arbery was killed in February when 2 men drove up in a pickup truck and shot him, according to the video of the incident. An autopsy released earlier this week indicated that the 25-year-old died from 3 gunshot wounds. In a statement to WKXT-TV in Jacksonville, Avery's family attorney wrote, "The family of Aman Avery is interested in reaching out to the individual who left the heartfelt note at the site of Aman Avery's death. They feel great sympathy for the person who wrote the note and would like to speak to them to determine what they knew or what they saw." Last Thursday, 2 men were charged in connection with Avery's death. Gregory McMichael and his son Travis McMichael were charged with murder. The McMichaels' arrest came after the video went public of Aman Avery's death. Avery's death and lack of criminal prosecution prompted a social media hashtag Justice for Aman. Avery's killing also prompted discussion nationally on the role and racial bias played in the criminal justice system. In 1985, the city clashed with members of MOVE, a black-based to-nature group. It culminated in the bombing of MOVE's headquarters, which engulfed a city block in flames. 5 children were among the 11 people who died. The city of Philadelphia's council members called the MOVE bombing a brutal attack carried out by the city of Philadelphia on its own citizens. They said in a joint statement, "We apologize for the decisions leading to the devastation of that day and acknowledge the fundamental injustice, cruelty, brutality, and inhumanity of the MOVE bombing. As members of the council, we acknowledge the significant failures in communication, negotiation, and conflict resolution leading up to the following these tragic events," the council members again also said in a joint statement. And here's a breaking news story out of Oklahoma. A black delivery driver blocked in Oklahoma neighborhood by the HOA president. A virtual video shows the delivery driver being held against his will in an Oklahoma City area neighborhood on Monday, blocked in by a man who identifies himself as the Homeowners Association president. Travis Miller, a home appliance and furniture delivery man, captured the encounter on Facebook Live while driving through the neighborhood of the Ashford Hills area. "I want to know where you're going," said the resident whose car is blocking Miller's way. "It's none of your business. I'm going out. That's where I'm going," Miller replied. "Got me blocked in, so I can't leave," Miller said to the camera, showing the man's white Suburban blocking the road out of the gated community.
Epic news once again. You know it's going to be another one of those crazy old videos. Here's just a black delivery man doing his job, and here goes this man harassing him.
I'm trying to leave, and I got the super neighbor over here blocking me in.
Of course, my man's on the phone with the police. My man ain't done nothing wrong, just doing his job. Just another day in America.
I don't care. Move out the way, sir. You picked the wrong day. Move out the way. Can you tell him to hang up and move so I can leave? Thank you.
And once again, thank you for watching CCN Midday News. Hope you enjoy. Please like, share, and subscribe. Also hit that notification button so you will never miss another news update. Have a great day. Peace.